Alright folks, we're gonna move on now to the, you know what you're all been waiting for, right? The Power Rankings, brought to you as always by Miller Lite. But these are gonna be the fastest power rankings in the world. We're gonna do them really fast, so hold on tight. And speaking of tight, the MFL is really tight this year. There's only 4 teams that have winning records, and 6 teams are sitting there at 3 and 4. 6 of them all stacked up at the 3 and 4 mark. You know what that means? Only 4 teams with winning records, power rankings, 5 teams. That means for the first time ever in the history of the Tuesday evening quarterback, history of the power rankings, that there's gonna be a team with a losing record in the power rankings. Holy moly! And coming in with that losing record at number 5 this week is the Sean Taylors. Like I said, they are 3 and 4, but they have scored 648 points. They got Drew Brees, they got Michael Turner. That's a recipe for some bold wins, I think. Moving on now to number 4. We got the Philadelphia Fight Attack. They got 4 wins, 3 losses. They scored 603 points. They ripped off 2 straight wins. They got All-Day AP. They got D-Mac. They got MJD. There's lots of initials there, but what it means is pretty darn good football team. That damn good football team. Number 3, coming in, the New Jersey Trash. These guys are always in the power rankings. Well, they're 5 and 2, and they're leading the league with 756 points scored. Woo! That's a damn lot of points. Oh, Steven Jackson finally got on track. Like I said, he came back from the dead, and they got that other deadly combination of Mr. Andre Johnson and Plaxico Burress at the wideout. These guys are averaging 108 points per game. Deadly. Number 3, New Jersey Trash. Now, the number 2 team in the power rankings this week is the Rodney Dangerfield of the MFL. These guys get no respect at all. You know what I'm talking about. Team Bleeding Green, TBG. They got league-leading 6 wins against only 1 loss. They scored 671 points, so, you know, we used to get on them for not scoring a hit a lot of points. But they have been scoring lately, so watch out. Oh, Marshawn Lynch, Aaron Rodgers, Steve Smith, led them to 3 straight victories. I see a lot more victories in the future for this franchise. They're in at number 2, TBG. Moving on now to number 1 in the power rankings. 2 straight weeks now, 2 weeks in a row at number 1 is the Steel Axe. They got 5 straight wins to get to 5 and 2. They got 695 points scored, and they are the number 1 team in the power rankings. Let's now bring in Coach Jeffrey Calabrese live on the phone to talk about the number 1 team in the power rankings, the Steel Axe.
Alrighty then, we are on live with Coach Jeff Calabrese of the Steel Axe. Coach Cal, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing great, Hump. Thanks for having me on the show.
Well, it's our pleasure to have you on, Coach Cal. Now, let me see here. You're sitting at 5 and 2. You've been voted number 1 in the power rankings for the past 2 weeks in a row. You're on a 5-game winning streak, Coach Cal. What has been the biggest difference in these last 5 games compared to the first 2?
Well, Hump, I think it's been a combination of us finding our identity and understanding how the league works a little better. As you know, we're an expansion team 2 years ago. This year, we're in our third year, and with the influxion of youth and veterans that we have on our team, I think we really found the mix and what it's going to take to be successful in MFL.
Well, Coach Cal, you got your team set up pretty well. Now, as we all know, Tony Romo, he's out with an injury. Now, you got Brad Johnson going to start at quarterback this week. Do you feel like you're the same team with Brad Johnson at quarterback?
Well, obviously, losing Tony was a big loss for us. But Tony's been great. He's been helping Brad. Brad's going to be a little bit more comfortable this week, we think. Had a week under center for us. We were able to get the win last week down the Forfeit versus Jersey South. And I really think Brad's going to be better this week. We hope to be able to ride Brad out for the next 2-3 weeks while Tony gets on the mend and gets ready for that playoff push.
Well, Coach Cal, I'll tell you what, that rookie running back you got there, that burner, that speed burner, Chris Johnson, boy, has he been a big weapon for you. Can you talk a little bit about his play?
Chris has been fantastic. You know, when I talked to you earlier about, you know, influx of youth and veterans, Chris is really that youth. He's really made our veterans feel younger. His speed, his explosiveness, his ability to turn something that looks like nothing into something big has been the biggest advantage
Frank Gore has played great. Well, Coach Cal, as I said earlier in the show, you are playing the game of the week this week. You're on the road, traveling to Philadelphia to face Team Bleeding Green. They're 6-1. They got the best record in the league. But there's a lot of pundits out there that doubt old Coach Brian Daly and TBG's ability to play in a big game. As a matter of fact, Vegas has you favored by 20 points this week. How do you think your team is going to fare this week against Team Bleeding Green?
You know, I think we're really tested for this game. Obviously, TBG's been doing a great job this year, 6-1. But I think we're primed for this game. If you remember, 2 weeks ago, we had a big game against another out-of-conference team against the Trash. You know, one of the premier franchises in the NFL, and we were able to take them down. I think that's gotten our guys ready to go. We do have a big lineup change this week. We're going to sit Jericho Cotchery against the Chiefs, which is probably a bit of a surprise, but just have the way Lee Evans has been playing the last couple weeks, you know, we're going to insert him. You know, I think Chris Johnson, Frank Gore, even Heath Miller against the Giants, I think it's a nice matchup for us. I think, you know, that we're going to be able to get up to Ben, slow him down a little. Dwayne Bowe's got a lot of issues at quarterback, and I really feel like we're primed for a big week. I am surprised about the line, but, you know, the experts are the experts.
Well, I'll get you there. We got some dead-gum breaking news here on Tuesday evening quarterback. Coach Cal telling us he's sitting Jericho Cotchery, going to start Lee Evans. Well, Coach Cal, it's been a pleasure having you on the show, and I really appreciate your time tonight. Good luck this weekend against TBG.
All right, Hump. Thanks for the time. Have a great week.
Bye-bye now.
All right. Thanks again to Coach Cal for joining us. And I want to just give everybody a little pick here on the World Series. The Humper's been kind of right about it so far. I figured they'd be 1-1 after 2. What I think is going to happen now is that old Matt Garza is going to shut down that Philadelphia. They're going to go up 3-2. They'll go up 2-1. Will the Tampa Bay Rays? Series going to get tied at 2-2. But then Tampa Bay is going to take this World Series in 6 games. I know we got a huge fan base in Philadelphia. Tuesday evening quarterback is huge in that market. I'm sorry, folks. I can't pick the Phillies to win because the Tampa Bay Rays are just that dadgum good, and they are going to be the World Series champions. Until next week, folks, you know what to do. Keep your eyes